Hello, everybody. Al Puglisi again over with Howard Zane. Tonight, I'm over here because Howard has just completed a beautiful custom O-scale structure that sits over here, and we're going to talk about it and some of the O-scale structures Howard's building. So, Howard, why don't you tell us, in a nutshell, what's going on with this particular structure?
Well, it's not going on. It went on.
Right.
It's over. But fellow saw this on my website,
Uh huh.
and here's the original. But he wanted some changes.
Okay.
Changes are: I took off the water towers, added a cupola, changed the roof design a little bit, and
Okay.
added dormers.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty much the only change.
So this was originally on Zane
Yes,
Structures.
sorry, it's an original design.
Okay.
This was sold years ago, and so the base part is all made out of basswood.
Okay.
These are all Grant Line castings.
Uh huh.
And up here, every casting is Grant Line.
Okay.
Only because I've had them for years. From here up is styrene.
Okay. And the what color driftwood or what color stain
The
did you use?
stain comes from Hunter Line, Rick Hunter, up in Canada.
Okay.
It's Hunter Line stains. It's medium brown.
Medium brown stain.
Yeah,
And
they're quite good.
wow. And this being an O gauge structure is about 18 inches?
Not quite. No, it's about close. You're 15 by 10 actually.
Okay.
Maybe 11, 12 inches high.
Wow. Let's turn it. Let's rotate it so the folks can.
Okay. I got a lazy Susan here, so I'm too lazy to find it. So don't worry.
That's all right. Yeah. That's why they call it a lazy Susan.
Right.
Wow, look at this. Yeah, that's gorgeous. So this is, again, just like all of them, this is one of your designs.
Oh yeah.
And it
That's
was
the fun of it, Al, is designing it.
right.
We've talked about this before. I'll turn down commissions if somebody wants me to copy an existing structure. However, there are exceptions if I really like the designs. And several times I've had seen designs that I do like, so I have built models of from photographs.
But most of the time, it's your own
Yes,
designs.
that's the real pleasure I get.
Yeah.
Is actually coming up with the concept.
Wow. Yeah. Let's turn it. Just beautiful. Yeah. And this is back on the other side again. And the roof. What color was the roof? Was that a camouflage Krylon paint?
It's called Army Green.
Army green. Wow. That can be bought at Home Depot or Lowe's. All right, folks, I'm going to pause this video and show you what else Howard's working on at the same time in O-scale. I'll be right back. All right, Howard, now you're working on a second structure, but this one's going to the fellow in...
This goes out to California.
Okay.
This is... he had a photograph that he got from the Colorado O-scale modelers when they took a photograph of this layout, which is on YouTube right now. It's under my name.
Okay.
And this is unfortunately, this layout was finished, and the person just didn't live long enough to enjoy it.
Oh, my goodness.
Unfortunately.
But this is on, as a matter of fact...
This is the station. The family took down all the buildings. They took down the layout. And this is they took the station out of the layout.
So this O gauge station, you're making another one for this different.
Right. Well, I'm
client.
making some changes.
Okay.
See, I forgot what this side looks like, and I try to see it on the video, but I can't get all the detail.
Wow, this thing is about 2 by 2 feet. This thing's gonna be pretty
about
big.
2 feet by 18 inches.
Okay, because these walls you're working on right now.
Yeah. Now these lines here were drawn by the customer. We'll have to extend the platforms out.
Okay.
This will be an 8-foot diorama.
Okay, and then we've got an O-scale passenger car right over here,
I'll
folks.
use that for the sizing. Make
Right.
sure you get the size right.
And that's the camouflage paint we were talking about, the army green camouflage paint.
This is going to be the upper windows.
Wow.
Sheets there.
And this is basswood as well. And then over here we've got a bunch of
Well, I'm not using this. That's just,
right.
These are all the materials that are going into it.
granite line.
Yeah, before I start a job, I have to have all the materials in house, or I just can't do it.
Right.
I'm not saying that's the way to do it, but anytime I do something, I don't want to have to stop and go out and look for something.
Right.
When I built the layout, Al, it was the same way. What I do is take off for 2 weeks at a time. And the weekend before I'd start working on the layout,
Right.
I went to the hardware store or the hobby shop or whatever, and I make sure I had all the materials I needed. Like, let's say I was going to do bench work.
Right.
I had everything I laid out on all my tools, everything laid out. plus the night before I clean the basement.
Okay.
Until it's spotless. So Monday morning I start, I take my dog out and come back, have a cup of coffee, and go down and start working.
Wow.
But I turn my phone off to the world.
Right.
That's what I want to do.
It's true. If you run out of something, a window or anything, man, it destroys you've got to stop what you're doing. You can't keep rolling.
Well, this is why we talked about Tommy Gilbert before. As I was working on something on the layout, I find if I'm running out of something, I'd give him a call like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And damn if it wasn't on my doorstep the following morning. I don't know how he did this.
Wow.
So I gave Tommy a lot of credit for me finishing the layout. I built in pretty record time, actually.
Wow. Well, folks, I'm going to take one more pan at this beautiful O-scale building. And if you are interested in any custom built HO or O-scale buildings, you can contact me at alpug1@verizon.net. And you can also see the structures on zanestructures.com. Now, I have a link on my website to zanestructures.com, or you can contact me. And as a matter of fact, there's another thing that we didn't talk about, Howard. Let me pause this and I'll show you some more sketches. So give me just a moment here. All right, folks, we found some more works of art. These are not 5 minutes. These things talking about.
No. What you see here, like 30 to 40-minute sketches. Al, when I used to sell structures at the shows, I bring along the original sketch to go along with the building.
Okay.
Now, if the client wanted the sketch with the building, it was all his. A lot of times they didn't give a damn about the sketch; they just wanted the building.
Right.
That's fine.
I don't know.
I wound up with these sketches. All these things you see here have been built.
Okay.
And there's another one over here that was a single-family house.
Wow, that's a big single-family house. Yeah. That's real nice.
Now this over here, this was an O-scale building.
It's kind of.
This is 4 feet.
Good Lord.
It's gigantic.
4 foot across.
Yeah. Don't ask the price.
Right.
You want to know.
Right. Well, nothing's cheap, folks, but it's out there if you want.
I used to go to the show. I had a little sign I made. They said, "Before you ask me a question, remember that I stopped working for $3 an hour in 1956."
Right. And here's a big.
That was a hotel. That was HO scale.
Wow.
Now I've built this in O scale also, something very similar.
My goodness, I think you have some pictures of these built up already on your website on Zane Structures.
Not that.
Okay. These are just beautiful. And let's see.
These are all 30-minute sketches, really.
Wow.
This sketch was a little longer. This was a gigantic building. It was too big, actually. But we did build it, and the customer was happy.
Yeah, let me turn this a little bit.
It took 2 of us to carry it out of the house.
Good grief.
Even at HO scale. Wow. This over here was the inspiration for Eagle Flower.
The Eagle Flower.
Yeah, except we moved one dormer right in here.
Right. Folks, I'm working on that right now in my other video, and I might just put 2 more cupolas on it. I may put one on each side and in the middle. It's the beauty of scratch building. You can do what you want. Well, I really appreciate it, Howard. And again, if you're interested in anything, please contact me at alpug1@verizon.net. And thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps me out tremendously with the YouTube. Thanks so much.